Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. So according to the Billboard, this is very recent, 10/29/2025. No rap songs are in the Billboard Hot Top 100's Top 40 for the first time since 1990. So it seems like hip hop, or at least American hip hop, is kind of going down the tube, right? So we're gonna react to a video that talks about this hype plus rap fatigue after a new generation of rap you can't rap. And so let's see what's up.
Reporting live from Rappers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm Janava. For the first time since 1990, no rap or hip hop artist will be featured in the Billboard Top 40 at the end of this October. The genre, once known for its anthems and viral music videos, looks to be disconnecting from the audience it was supposed to represent, the youth and those in the inner cities. This surprising update on rap's failure to make this list in 35 years would spark debates across the country. So why is rap currently falling off? After the news was circulated, it appears that many rap fans would air out their reasons why some are experiencing rap fatigue. From there not being enough rap stars, lack of creativity, to other genres getting more push, and even the fact that many rappers have gone independent to avoid predatory deals, thus making it harder for them to appear on radio and other necessary placements to break songs across the country. According to Billboard, the highest ranking song at the time of the streak ending was Youngboy Never Broke Again's Shot Callin' at number 44, despite artists like Cardi B releasing an album and even a couple singles from Drake. Now in response, several black
I love this dude's face. Hold on. Okay. This generation makes the worst music of all time. Y'all make the dumbest S ever popular. I hate y'all so much. I love it. It's so blunt.
listeners would open up about their issues with today's rap and their fatigue.
Best, 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 best. God, it don't need no rest. Pop out, get a host of rest.
She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah.
Bitch, I'm in the field, nigga, call me Indiana Jones. Feel like Soldier Boy today, so kiss me through the phone.
Yeah, pussy so good it'll have him doing ad-libs.
I find it hilarious that all the faces are like either depression or like what the F. I wonder, is this music actually real? Or is this just like bottom tier like SoundCloud music?
He can't even speak.
Rap is an art form. You are supposed to be saying something. When I hear y'all music, y'all don't be saying nothing. Cause y'all dropping name brands and I got more than you and who rocking coach and shit. You think you saying something, but you ain't really saying shit. Rap is an art form derived from storytelling. And
It's true. And I think the problem, in my opinion, is that people aren't respecting the art, right? And that's why there's no legacy and no impact. So for example, if I look up, Tupac on YouTube, right? I mean, look at this dude. 821 million views, and Tupac's been dead since the 90s. 821 million views. 15 million views to Live and Die in LA. 484 million Dear Mama, right? Like I Get Around, 82 million, 79 million. Man, 452 million. Like that's because there was an art form to it that allowed the artist to connect with the audience. And I think today's, I want to just say rappers, musicians in general don't know how to connect with an audience. I think that's really what's missing. Now, let's just watch a little bit more and see what's up.
poetry. If you can't tell a story, baby, you can't rap.
Ali, I'm doing your hair
Oh,
so
shoot.
beautifully. Does that mean you forgive me?
Some people complain that I always have ads in my videos.
Listen to these rappers, they are extremely articulate, very intelligent. Rappers today are illiterate. They can barely talk. Lil Baby gets on the mic. He sounds like he got a taste of the tism.
Man, it's so long ago, you know what I'm saying? But I remember that, Jay, because that was my first time. But after that, it's just been...
How do you make it through your rap? I mean, he sounds like he can barely read his own raps. That's why they mumble everything. They can barely talk.
Y'all have been.
Yeah, that's true. You know what's crazy is that I had a conversation with a gentleman from Africa. He's been in the country or in the United States since the early 2000s. And I talked about how I think most of the music, like hip hop and rap music, that's good is only coming out from Africa nowadays. And it's crazy how well, I wouldn't say it's crazy, but every African person that I talk to knows about like Afro pop and how big it is, even though it's only been like a big phenomenon, or at least here in the US, for about like a couple of years after 2020. But let's go ahead and watch.
Been mistreating, misusing, and abusing hip hop for decades now. It's become a matter of capitalistic gain and not uplifting communities. Go back to the analog days, right?
I think what it is that back in the day, you actually had problems and issues that you grew up with that you can kind of turn into a form of self-expression. Whereas people don't have real connections or problems that they're trying to, let's say, solve. And that's kind of like the downside of growing up in the digital era. But just because we live in a digital era doesn't mean that good music can't exist. So this is just my opinion that a lot of good rap or hip hop these days doesn't come from America. It comes from Africa. But ironically, a lot of that music from Africa was greatly inspired by African Americans in the 90s, right? And I'll show you some examples of this. So I've kind of been, consuming a lot of Afro pop about maybe like 1 or 2 years ago. And I noticed like certain things like, hey, like this is an African American influence, right? So y'all remember like Notorious B.I.G., More Money, More Problems. Look at this, 125 million views 14 years ago. Let's look at some of the comments. Diddy has the Mo Money phase and entered the Mo Problem phase. Now, oh, that's funny. Even though Diddy is done, this song is still a banger. Okay, so let me just kind of show you here. So this is African American music from the 90s. So let me just kind of show you here.
The same old pimp, mace, you know ain't nothing changed but my limp. Can't stop till I see my name on the blimp. Guarantee a million sales, pull a level up. You don't believe in how.
Okay, so you take a look at that, right? And then I was watching another video. Okay, so let me just kind of see if we have it here. Okay.
All I wanna do is jive 220 on.
So you notice that what the background here? This is not a coincidence, right? So you can probably like infer that a lot of these artists were heavily influenced, like even just this one scene, right? That they were probably heavily influenced by 90s African American artists. And a lot of the music that comes really good. Like I was like, dang, this is really good. Like just kind of play some of this. I like this artist named Benson. I think he's really big in Africa. You probably haven't heard of him here, but Nigerian singer songwriter. But Cat's only 28 and he has a gajillion songs. But I'll play some of his music for you.
Lose everything we have tomorrow. Can we forget what went wrong yesterday?
I'm in the streets, I thought I could be discreet, but I messed up something sweet. Just what I needed, some time to tell you please. I'm on my knees, this was never meant to be. I did rubbish, and it is just what it is. But I just full of knees, my lungs that barely breathe. You're what I need, I admit it, I admit. No one could ever love me better than you did. No one could ever love me better than you did. I could have thought these feelings would cease, but then I miss you laying in my.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, right? I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, dang, like these artists are extremely talented. Like if you compare this to the music that you were kind of listening to here, it's like night it's like night and day.
Was a fairy, yeah. She was a fairy, yeah.
Bitch, I'm in the field, nigga.
Compared to
Really
like melodic, feels like a heavy voice, really close. But whatever I was listening to here, you're just gonna it's like this what the F face, right? And so like other songs too, I remember like listening to, I was like, dang, this is really good. You ever heard like King Maddie?
Hey, the kid.
Whoa, Boost Mobile has the new.
Yeah, this is King Maddie, but I'll just kind of show you here. I'm looking at that, bro's in a Lakers jersey.
I think that ain't my Luna. Put down for a day, say I'm selfish. I think that ain't once more, yeah. Wash out my way, my feelings dirty. I'm just living on somebody's babe. Oh no, no. I can't get that love for myself. Say everybody's fine, but they can't be you. Even if they wanted to do, even if they try, I say envy you. But you belong to someone, and I'm singing. I'm just craving for somebody, babe. I can't get that love for myself. Ole, ole. Back on my teens, can't stay outside. Put down for it, I'm alone. Ole, ole. Nah, pressure me, nah, pressure nah. If not your babe, I want that. Ole, ole. Back on my teens, can't stay outside. Put down for it, I'm alone.
Benson is everywhere. But my point is this, like when you listen to this, you think, man, there's something unique, it's fresh, like they're good at what it is that they do. I love kind of like that they use a lot of colors, right? Like even though it's not like anything super high budget or anything like that, they really know how to use the the camera, right? Like even if you look at this music video, it's just kids in like uh a house and a playground, right? But it's really great to watch. Whereas, like this is what I mean. Like, there's a lot of talent out there, but I don't think it just has it doesn't get as much exposure, right? And what's crazy is that a lot of the music that you are seeing, or even the styles, probably, or I don't know if I don't know if probably is the right word. It probably comes from African America, but yet Africa is probably nowadays doing media and music better than African America, even though that's where a lot of this stuff came from. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how this all turned out. In fact, let me ask ChatGPT one thing. So give me one moment. All right, here we are with ChatGPT asking, if you'd like, I can break down why African production, especially Afro beats and piano, tends to sound more vibrant and alive than a lot of current U.S. mainstream rap. So I just say, so ChatGPT asked, want me to go into that? And I said, yes. And so let's see what ChatGPT says about this.
Perfect. Let's dig into why African music today often feels more vibrant, soulful, and musically rich compared to much of mainstream American rap right now. Rhythm and groove, the pulse of African music. African genres like Afrobeats, Amapiano, and Afrofusion rely heavily on polyrhythms, multiple interlocking rhythms that make the groove feel alive and danceable. Example, in Afrobeats, percussion patterns, congas, shakers, snares weave in and out rather than sitting on a predictable 808 grid. Amapiano adds log drums, deep percussive bass, and syncopated claps that make the music feel both spacious and bouncy. By contrast, much of American trap and drill uses a rigid rhythmic grid, same tempo range, 120 to 150 BPM, heavy 808s, and predictable hi-hat rolls. It can sound formulaic if overused. 2. Melody and harmony, Africa's musical color. African artists like Burna Boy, Rima, Tim's, and Ayra Starr often use melodic singing, not just rapping, with lush harmonies and call and response layers drawn from church, highlife, and traditional styles. Their songs switch between major and minor modes or use pentatonic scales that sound instantly catchy but emotionally deep. Producers often use live or realistic instruments, guitars, horns, keys, giving warmth and human feel. Mainstream American rap, especially mumble rap, often relies on looped minor key synths and auto-tuned monotone melodies. There's less harmonic movement, meaning the ear gets tired faster. 3. Lyrical energy and cultural purpose. African music today tends to have positive energy. Even when it's about struggle or heartbreak, it's still vibrant. Many songs celebrate love, resilience, or cultural pride. Lyrics often blend English, Pidgin, Yoruba, Twi, Zulu, or other local languages, giving texture and personality. The message connects to joy, identity, and movement, which listeners around the world feel. In contrast, much of popular U.S. rap has grown cynical and minimalist, focusing on flexing, nihilism, or emotional detachment, a reflection of its own culture, but not always musically inspiring. Now 4. Production philosophy. African producers like SARS, Don Jazzy, Fields, Musa Keys often build tracks around groove and feel first. Rhythm is king. American trap producers often build around vibe and mood, which can be atmospheric but not necessarily rhythmically engaging. African production today resembles the golden age of American black music, when funk, soul, and R&B cared deeply about rhythm section chemistry. 5. Cultural exchange loop. It's actually beautiful. African Americans invented genres that Africans reabsorbed. Now, Africans are reinventing those sounds, and African Americans are inspired back. Think Beyonce's The Gift, inspired by African producers, or Drake's collaborations with Wizkid and Tems. The relationship is circular. Africa and the diaspora are feeding each other creatively again. If you want, I can show you a side-by-side analysis. Say Burna Boy's Last Last versus a popular US track like Lil Baby's Forever to show exactly how rhythm, melody, and emotional delivery differ. Would you like that comparison?
No, I'm good, but I think number 3 is very is a very deep explanation. Lyrical energy and purpose. So a lot of times when you hear like the trap music, it's kind of like kind of one key, and then it talks about how it's cyclical and minimalist, focusing on flexing nihilism or emotional detachment, whereas um, the that music from Africa is kind of like the opposite feel, right? Like even if there is heartbreak, then there's a positive energy. So again, I think there's talent out there. I just don't think people know where to look. You know what I'm saying? Look at on the recommended. People are over rap music, and we all know why, right? Um, all right. Is there anything else? But yeah. So, what do you think? Have you listened to Afropop? Man, this stuff is good. Maybe I might just do like a live stream about like Afropop music I listen to, kind of like a DJ YouTube DJ session, right? Like I'm not a real DJ, but I've been listening to. I'm like, man, this stuff is so good. This stuff is so good. Like, oh, I remember that. That's from Notorious B.I.G. That's how I remember. And even like the depressing music, like this dude, I'm a mess. It has it doesn't have like the most depressing energy. It's really weird. Like it's about depression, but it doesn't have that depressing energy. And some of them have big egos. I remember Arya Star. She's really big, Arya Star. And then she was like, "I'm gonna take down K-pop or something like that." But then hold on, let me put this K-pop. I forget what if the article is there, but she was like, Korean artists react to Arya Star's videos. Hold on. I can't find it, but there was an interview that she had where she was like, we're gonna take down K-pop," but I don't know if I can find it anymore, or maybe it's been erased off the internet, or maybe I just imagined it. You know. Okay, well that's it for today, folks. Korean to mentorship. Now I admit I'm not the biggest hip hop fan, but back in the 90s, even if you weren't a fan, because it was so culturally relevant, everybody knew who the big acts were, right? Everybody knew who the big artists. Like, if you, hold on, let me look up Puff. When he called himself Puff Daddy, right? Not P. Diddy or Diddy, right? 126 million views. I mean, everybody knew this, even though we didn't even know who the artists were, right? That's how it was back in the day. All right, well, that's it. Have a great day, and let me know if you've listened to rap music nowadays or if you listen to Afropop. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.